Hey UFCC, if you weren't here this past Sunday, we began a new series called Flip the Script. The idea of this series is for us to do the unexpected. That over time we can and do fall into routines. Not that all routines are bad, but when it comes to our walk with Jesus, it should be anything but routine. In our walk with Christ, every day is a new day with a new adventure and another chapter in our life in which we've been invited to share in the story of God's tremendous love. This past week we discussed how many view us Christians as whiny and weak. This hasn't always been the case, and we don't even have to look past the 11th chapter of Hebrews or the early expansion of the church as recorded in the book of Acts. Those Christians and even Christians today around the world are anything but weak and whiny. We discussed three things that need to take place in our lives to flip the script. From whiny and weak to strong and confident, giving our lives fully and completely to Christ and His mission. That those in the 11th chapter of Hebrews were commended for their faith. They died not seeing God's plan for redemption and restoration come to pass. Yet they were focused on His plan, moving forward in their faith. They did things not knowing because they trusted in God more than they trusted in what they could see. He is faithful. I'm not sure what kind of week you've had. Perhaps it's been one filled with many blessings, or it could have been one filled with anxious moments. It could be even one where you've sinned against God and others you care about, that's causing pain and strife in your life, and you've lost focus. No matter what it is or was, I want to encourage you to focus on Jesus. That no matter what has happened or is going to happen the rest of this week, the months and years to come, that Jesus is faithful. In other words, He is trustworthy. He can take what was meant to destroy and to separate us from God and others and redeem it. Romans 8:28 tells us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who've been called according to His purpose. Paul in Romans 8:18 says this, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. That's what the cross is all about. What was meant for shame and death is now a symbol of life, courage, and grace. So as we focus on Christ, the author and perfecter of our faith, we then are able to move forward, realizing that the best isn't behind us, nor can the worst of life affect us. That we are meant to look ahead, and when we look ahead, we're less likely to stumble into sin or allow the past to overshadow what God is ready to do in our lives. If we are focused on Christ and moving forward, then when those moments come where we need to just leap, trusting Him for what we cannot see, we will. And when we jump, we will truly know what it is to be alive in Christ. So let's flip the script. Let's do the unexpected. Let's leap. And then the world will see we aren't weak nor whiny. Rather, we are confident, not in our ability, but in His. That we are strong, but not in our strength, His. So stay focused on Jesus, move forward from your past, and leap in faith.